Hey, hey, what's up, guys? Ooh, there we go. There's that one soundtrack again. There we go. Hey, what's up, everybody? Welcome to the Tuesday stream. It's the Tuesday daytime stream. We're starting at 5:22. I was actually here on time, but I got the message from Mr. LaFlame to go ahead and sell all of his PSA returns, and you actually have a limited time window to do that. And so I saw I had to stop and do that before we could go live, or else it wasn't going to let me sell them anymore. So I was sitting there selling each one of his cards back to PSA and carefully documenting it. So that's what I was doing. But that's done now. It's out of the way. And I'm sure he's going to be very happy with that. He just sold all of his cards like in a flash. Kind of crazy. That PSA buyback's pretty interesting. I don't know how that's going to work either. I told him, like, okay, they're all sold, but I don't know how taxes work with that. Like, I'm pretty sure I'm going to be taxed on the sale of those, right? I think, but I don't really know. It's weird. All right, so we're going to say, geez, amazing Heartbreak break and rotating older slabs live card shop. That's what we're doing. Oh, also new Nikke set, rotating older slabs. So today's title is just a straightforward title talking about what we got going on. Funny title. I know you want a funny title, Mike Side. I don't know what makes some streams more successful than others. But I don't think it's the funny title necessarily. You would think it's the title, but I don't think it's the title. All right. We're going to add here. Oops. We're going live for Tuesday. I think it's more like the quality of the stream itself. Like, I think when people are in the stream, like last night, for example, our actual view count was not that good last night. We had poor views for the whole night, but we had a high subscribe count, which means the people who did show up really had a good time. So I think it's actually just if they had a good time in the stream. See, the title would get somebody to click on the stream. That's what the title would do. So, if the title was winning all the subscribes, then we would have a very high view count, maybe not a high total view, not a high like view duration, but we'd have a high view count. So that wasn't true last night. I think people were just having a really good time. That's what was going on. And of course they're having a good time. That's because I'm having a good time. So what do we got here? We've got Mr. Ivan says he wants to do a price correction. Oh yeah, I saw that. One of my Bulbasaurs was overpriced. Oops. Ivan says, Mr. I think you forgot to do my shipping yesterday. Thank you. Mr. Ivan says, did I? Let me go ahead and jump over here to history. Great time to be live. Hey, what's up, CS Man? Hey, Mr. I sent the Charizard side to you today. Just heads up, you'll have to sign for it. No problem, man. Probably a good idea. It's a pricey Charizard. Mr. Brandon, Jar Jar emoji. My Charizard's better than yours. All right, so how much for all the starters? So those are part of a massive break. It's a 9-slab break called the Heartbreak break. And I just wanted to show them off in the thumbnail. But I do still have some of those. Okay, so let's see. Ivan. Oh, yeah, you're right, Ivan. Ivan, I think what happened. Well, hold on. Let me see. Let me look up Ivan. Ivan, I've been having this terrible problem with my shipping software where it doesn't load. Okay, it says we last printed your label on 10/10. No, you're right. Okay, let's make you another label. My bad, dude. That's so sad. I probably queued it up, and then it just didn't print, Yes, let's do it for tomorrow. Okay, so now the computer's going to take a while to set up that label. And so we have to wait like 5 minutes for it to calculate a price. It's just really, really bad software. And yet we're able to get away with that because I don't have to ship a bunch of things in a row. I really do just kind of ship a package every, hour or so. Dennis, I made $1,000 today, but I have to give it all to my financial advisor, a.k.a. my wife, your financial advisor. You're funny, man. So see these beautiful slabs? There's a total of 9 of them, and they're all in one giant break. It's called the Heartbreak break. I'm trying to teach more people about it. Tell your friends about it. It's a really special break. Probably don't want to miss out on it. Appreciate you, mister. Thank you very much. No problem. You said you wanted some gold. I don't have any more gold for sale, unfortunately. However, I may have those gigantic silver coins, which we could look those over if you want to look those over, if you're looking for precious metals. So I've got 3 Star Wars Death Stars, and I was supposed to sell those, but I didn't because in my mind I was like, I just keep them. And nobody ever offered to trade me for them or anything like that. So those are still up. Then there's that very fancy dragon coin. I don't know if I have two of those. I think I just have one. Then I have the bull coin. Remember that? I don't remember what that was. So there's a couple silver coins, and I got some regular silver too. I don't know if you're interested in that. But those are all graded items, okay? So it'd be, you know, at that kind of price range, the graded items price range. Here we are. We got Raikou. We got Miss Nami. Here is Raikou. And, of course, you can just open cards, too. That's what I would do. As much as I like precious metals, they just do okay. I mean, even this year, gold went way up. And then if I understand it, gold kind of came back down a little bit. Let me see. Gold price charts. How's gold doing? I've no doubt gold will do okay overall. Yeah, it shot up to like 4,300 on October 20th. That was like an all-time high for it, 4,300. Now it's all the way back down to 3,900. And I'm sure it's trying to find like a new bottom or something like that, and then it's going to bounce back up again. But, you know, that takes time and all that. And yeah, precious metals, they're not bad. They're not even close to Pokemon cards, though. Pokemon cards are king, man. They continue to do extremely well. I don't see that changing. Look at this card here. I'm probably supposed to sell this, but it's so beautiful. I'm like, maybe we just hold it. I don't know, you know. But I got to make some sales. I know I got to make some sales. We're going to have a busy week, right, guys? Let's see. I got to sell stuff. That means I got to have stuff for sale. I think I'm going to start listing a lot of items on eBay, like a lot of items. I'm going to start listing way more items on eBay. I knew I would have to do that because of the influx of slabs I'm getting. So, oh, and also I think my eBay account is going to be paused by freaking eBay. God, dude, they're so annoying, dude. They told me I needed to update my account with some sort of like tax information, and I failed to do that. And so they said it needed to be done by November 5th. And I'm still totally confused. Like, what are they missing? I don't know what they need. So I need to call them. Oh, my God, dude. How are you supposed to have a party if you're just thinking about doing paperwork with eBay? My God. But so November 5th is tomorrow. I don't know what they do to your account if you don't get your tax information updated properly. I assume they like pause it or something. Like they say you can't sell anymore. I don't know what oh, these kind of match. That's kind of cool. Look at that. There's a matching pair of Raikous, both 9s. That's kind of neat. But yeah, I don't know exactly what they do, but man, they're annoying. They suspend you? Yeah, they're going to suspend me then. So my eBay account will probably be suspended tomorrow, and I just need to get that paperwork done. But so here's why I understand, because my wife started helping me a little bit on it. So we moved out to this house, but the business is registered to an old St. Peter's address. That was where we incorporated the business. And so eBay is saying that our current living address does not match the incorporation address. And so we had to apply for some sort of like government reincorporation. And now the business is being incorporated to this address. And it's just like, holy Jesus, dude, it's so ridiculous. And that could take like weeks. I don't know how long it takes for a government to say, oh, okay, we've moved your business to this. So and then I have to give that to eBay, and then they'll probably unlock the account or something like that. So they're probably gonna suspend it tomorrow. And God, that'll be so annoying, dude. Can't have that, you know. Tell eBay to mind their dang business. Oh no, I was 10 minutes from that airport. The main hub, not Bon Air, right? Hello. Huge fire by the airport. Oh, mister, you're at 99.9 thousand subs. I know, we're so close. We're so close. We picked up 20 subs in the stream last night. We picked up 20 of them. We did pretty good. So let's see. Those are good numbers, actually, just from one stream, because we hosted 2 streams that day. So the total number of subscribers we picked up was probably close to 30 just from the streams themselves. Not bad. I had a client that was an air traffic controller tomorrow. Tell eBay to mind their dang business. Use the full 250 free listings they give you, says Aovic. Yeah. All right. So today I showed off the Heartbreak break in the first minute or so. We got a couple breaks here. I know what we need. We need a new lightning break. And I got to pick something that drives you guys nuts, that makes you guys go, oh, I want it. Let's see what we got. Do we got something we can put in the Heartbreak spot? Melodic. The Heartbreak break. That's a cool one. Here's this Pikachu, by the way. This Pikachu's gotten way cheaper. I don't know if you guys noticed that. Pikachu's gone down in price. Let's see. When he first got over here, he was like $200 a card. And now he's worth like $100, maybe less. So that Pikachu, his price collapsed. That's a full-on price collapse, I'd say. Oh, another Charizard. I got a Master Ball Pikachu. I didn't know that. Yeah, his price collapsed for sure, like all the way. I mean, I got stuff, but I don't know if any of this is good for a lightning break. This all seems expensive. What's this? These are all expensive. Yeah, none of these are suitable. Give me that Burger Chew. Yeah, he's pretty cool, huh? Oh, second Burger Chew. So I think what we could do is we could host a break with 2 Burger Chews in it. Let me check his price today, okay? Good time to pick a Burger Chew up anyways, because, you know, if he's cheaper now than he was, that's a better time to go grab it. Oh my God. Freaking eBay, dude. Maybe I should just update the details back to the old address. All right, so we're going to say PSA 10, Pikachu, oops, Pillachu, Pikachu, McDonald's, 020. Let's find out what this Pikachu's selling for. You guys ready? All right, here's a Pikachu for 85 bucks. Wow. All right, there you have it. Cool. Okay. That's crazy, huh? So we're going to be hosting a double Pikachu break for the next lightning break. And you're just getting them at a way better price now. This Pikachu, way better price now. Jump into the slabs before I jump into Nami. Rotate the slabs. Woo. All right. I can't imagine this card getting any cheaper. You know why? I can't imagine it getting any cheaper because to buy the raw card of this Pikachu, it's getting pretty close to the raw price. The raw price plus the price of grading. Woo! I always sneeze in this room, man. I always sneeze. All right, you ready? So this is a $40 buy-in. $40 break, I should say. There'll be a total of 6 booster packs. Wait, let me make sure I did this right. There's actually going to be 2 separate Pikachus. Yes. So there'll be 2 separate Pikachus to pull out of here, as well as a star spot. So it's like, you got like a 50-50 odds almost. That's your new lightning break. You can try once again for McDonald's Pikachu, but this time he's like really good. Your odds are actually really good now. I don't see too many master sets unless someone just wants that many hits. Same, they said that my activity was a threat to the eBay community. Mr. Catching a Cold. No, I sneeze every time I come into this room. It's because the room is dusty. Should this be the Lightning or should this be a McDonald's Pikachu? I'm going to just call this the McDonald's Pikachu. Mickey D's. All right, McDonald's Pikachu runs again. He's kind of the hottest item lately. Well, I don't know if I can call him the hottest, but he's a hot one. Yeah, this McDonald's Pikachu, he's a hot item right now. And now he's at a much, much, much better price. $40, you might walk away with the Pikachu. It's a Pikachu break. Not bad. Mr. Hyatt. What's up, Isaac? How's it going, Isaac? All right, guys, let's jump over here now. We have Mr. Abraham. What's up? $50 for a slab away. That's Abraham. All right, this will say 1770. Boom, $50. Thank you so much. That's a slab away payment. Yeah, it would be interesting if I kept track of the total sales for the daytime stream. I need to start learning how to read my own accounting sheets. I never even asked for them. Thank you for that, Mr. Abraham. I appreciate it, man. Slab away. We did the repos last night. Only about 4 people had bad slabs that they weren't paying off. That's a pretty low number. So people are doing a great job on their slab aways. Grab a couple sleeves here. Too much booger sugar. Nah, I'm not into that. I like regular sugar, though. That's no good for me. It's no more Halloween candy now. I had Halloween. I don't know about you guys, but I had Halloween candy. Did you guys have Halloween candy for Halloween? No more Halloween candy now. I believe the market follows the stock market, but I could be wrong. You're not wrong to think that when the stock market collapses, Pokemon sales seem to slow down a little bit. They're not truly connected, though. Just like Pokemon's not truly connected to Bitcoin, and Pokemon's not truly connected to gold either. It's its own market. It's really just a market of toys. It's not a security. Like gold, that's a store of value for the banks. Bonds, that's a promise to pay back debt from the government or from a corporation. Stocks, that's a partial ownership in a company. It's a sliver of ownership, right? So you get paid profits. So you got all these things that are assets. A Pokemon card could be an asset if you buy it and it goes up in price and then you sell it at a higher price. But it's really just a toy. And deeper down, I think what drives the obviously there's something going on. It's nostalgia and fine art. So love for the thing and the fact that it looks actually pretty cool. There's some good artworks, So this is the world of fine art in my eyes. Collectibles are fine art. All right. Mr. Sneezing on Pokemons. I spent $170 on candy. How? I was checking out the discount candy. Damn, dude. That's too much. Andrew Martin's jumping into the Burger Chew. Let me get you in there, Andrew Martin. So this Burger Chew is pretty interesting. There is only 6 spots. And there's 2 separate Pikachus and a star spot. So there's actually 3 pulls in this one. Plus, the custom booster packs are really sexy now. They offer much higher, pulls other than just... the actual booster packs have value now. It's really cool. For those of you who are just coming back, that's a major change to our custom booster packs. Our custom booster packs now have value. 300 bags of candy at Walmart is like $30. I can see people hitting $200 easily. My friend's mom ruined a Halloween party in my area. Half the football team can't play next game because they were caught. What? You're lying. All right, let's see. Jumping over here. Happy Tuesday, everybody. Tuesdays tend to be the slowest day of the week for us, but sometimes we get a surprise Tuesday, and it's like one of the busiest days of the week. I don't know how that works. Man, this is probably undervalued. This is from 2018. That's old. That's real old. This seems undervalued too. 54 for that Scyther seems too nice. We've owned from Mamdani or what? I don't understand. I had time to think about the whole Mamdani thing. I don't understand all the attention that it's getting because I realized this is New York. It's a very Democrat city, and they're just voting in another Democrat into the Democrat city. And I think that a lot of the attention is just because the Republicans don't like the idea of a man who's of Arab descent, who is okay with Islam, running the city of New York where the 9/11 attacks happened. So I think that's actually most of the issues, But the city of New York's been Democrat this whole time. It's been super blue. It's one of the most Democrat places in America. And it's I realized, I was why do I care? I was why do I care about this? Everyone else seems to care. I don't know what's the big deal. I don't know what the big deal about it is at all. A Democrat's going to get elected to run a Democrat city. Here's Jonas Gordon, Stellar Crown ×2. You got it, man. So, lots of people talking about it, and I just don't get it. We are. I don't think it's a newsworthy story when you really think about it for longer than 2 seconds. Jump over here. So we want Stellar Crown. What's this? Temporal. That's the base set. Grab this. Okay, here's Destined Rivals, Obsidian Flame, Twilight Masquerade. Excuse me, Paldea Evolved. Yeah, I sort of came to my senses and said, wait a second. I do not care. And then I was like, I just want to open Pokemon cards. Why don't I do some of that? Do I really not have a box of Obsidian Crown? Not Obsidian, Stellar Crown. Sorry, I was reading a box of Obsidian Flame. Here's, let's see. Is this it? Found it. All right. Haha. Found it. Whew. Let's see. I wish I was lying. I'll send you the receipt later on Discord. What? That's gross, Nettie. Sliwa should have won. Is that the guy with the dumb-looking hat? God, he's so stupid, man. Nah, he definitely shouldn't have won. That guy's a weirdo. I don't like guys with that vibe. Like, they got some sort of, like... I don't know if chip on your shoulder is the right word, but, you know, like they're... how would you describe him? He's like the lady from The Mist. There it is. Yeah, I don't know. I don't hate him or anything, but he just looks so stupid with that hat. And then he just feels like he's got a chip on his shoulder. He really does. Like he's got something he's trying to prove. All right, you ready? I think Cuomo's a bad opponent for... he's a bad... you know, so it's Cuomo versus Mamdani. And one of the reasons Mamdani's probably going to win is because Cuomo's just a bad candidate. He's just no good. Here it is. He's boring. He seems kind of bumbling a little bit. He doesn't seem smart, actually. Did you notice that? Cuomo just seems kind of dumb. Then he's got the scandal, all the old people dying, and then he's been accused of sexual assault or whatever it was. So he just seems kind of like, you know, you can't have that. You gotta have a competitive individual. Here's Jonas. I think Mamdani checks a lot of boxes on the left. He's young, he's vibrant, he's charismatic, and then he says, I'm going to give you a bunch of free stuff, which is like a tale as old as time. And I think actually the Republicans do the same thing too. They promise a bunch of stuff that, you know, it's like, hey, I'm Santa Claus. So it's a tale as old as time. I realized, why do I care? I don't really care. Whoever runs New York, it doesn't really matter. And it's so weird that it's becoming sort of like a focus point. But maybe it's because there's actually not a lot else going on politically to look at. Mr. Jonas. Let's find it. You got a bag, Mr. Jonas? Oh, Jonas, you're right over here. We're working on your Halo situation. That's right. So, Mr. Jonas, the last thing I talked about was that we should contact the Becker guy. I obviously did not do that. I probably should have. I am just such a busy guy. Could I instead offer you like some sort of store credit for that Halo guy? Either store credit, or could I offer you just raw booster packs of the Halo tops? Would you accept either of those? I sent an order. Hey, everyone. Israelis claim they won't visit New York if Mamdani wins. Yeah, I don't know about all that. You know, see, I'm not Jewish and I'm not Muslim. I don't care about their fight or dislike of each other. I don't want to be part of that. I'm Switzerland. I'm Switzerland, baby. All day long, I'm Switzerland. They don't like each other. They got a war going on in the Middle East, Palestine versus Israel. It's like a battle over the Holy Land. Guess how I view that land? It's not that holy to me. It's just a rock on the planet Earth. So it's not my fight. It's not my fight, and I don't care. And, but yeah, they should sort it out amongst each other. And I want peace. I think peace is the right thing. But yeah, I think that there's a lot of bitterness. And then there's like, I think some Democrats view Israel as sort of like a colonizer or something like that. And they're all against that. And weirdly enough, they have almost an alliance with the far right mustache man people who they don't like Jewish people because I guess they think the Jewish people they want globalization or something. I don't know. So there's all this crap. I'm so tired of it. I wish we had something else to talk about. You know, don't you wish you had something better to talk about in the world? I wish we were talking about science. It all seems so like barbaric almost. All these conversations, they're like barbarism. I don't want to talk about all that crap. You know what I mean? Well, it's not that I mind talking about it, but it's just like, don't we have something? I wish we had something better going on in the world, like the invention of a new medical breakthrough or some new show that came out or some new movie. Like Chainsaw Man was a lot of fun. Did you guys watch Chainsaw Man in the movie theaters? That was really fun. I had a good time with that. I was actually really impressed that Chainsaw Man, They made that movie with just $4 million, and now it's made $118 million just in the movie theaters. Wow. Meanwhile, in America, they produced some weird movie with the one girl with her head shaved off. I don't know if you saw that one. It's got that hot actress in it. Is her name Emma Stone? And she shaved her head off for whatever the stupid movie was, and that cost $80 million to make, and it can't even make $14 million in the movie theaters. Why? Because Hollywood's out of touch. They don't know what people want to watch. The Asians back in Japan, they know we want Chainsaw Man. $4 million to produce, $118 million so far at the box office. I think that's worldwide, though. I will point that out. But no, it's really impressive, though, isn't it? Oh, I didn't hand out 2 more spots on this. All right, hold on. Let's get this going. We got this giveaway. Mister, you watch K-Pop Demon Hunter? No, I didn't watch that one. I actually don't watch a lot of anime. Karis does. Karis likes anime, and she likes Chainsaw Man. So when I saw it advertised, I was like, oh, I'll take her to that. I'll take her to that. Here you go. Type that in, guys. The Ball Chick movie is niche stuff. Yeah, it's weird stuff. I agree. It feels like it's too much negativity on the news. Well, it's like, what are we obsessed over? It's not even that fun, It's like the Mamdani guy, he'll probably win, or maybe Cuomo wins, right? Either one of them wins. They're both Democrats, and New York's going to be New York. It's just going to be roughly the same city no matter what. Let me choose a winner. Here's Ivan. I don't actually think much changes. I really don't. He's just a guy. He has some policies that are further to the left. And, oh, Mr. Ivan, how are you doing today, Mr. Ivan? He's got some policies that are further to the left. And okay, so this is a big giveaway. So we're handing out the spots more sparingly. Okay, so we're up to 4 now. The next roll will be for 5. We'll roll for that in the daytime stream. Here's a nice Anthony Kalura card. It's Sylveon V for $150. That's Korean, though. Keep that in mind. That's a Korean card. Here's Mega Manectric. And here's, you can't really escape reality. No matter how much you hate it, it's better to pay attention to what's happening so you can be prepared. I mean, prepared for what? I mean, if I can't even say his name, Mamdani becomes mayor, and let's say he implements like a rent control and then government food, right? Well, we already have SNAP, which is almost like that, like a government grocery store. SNAP is very similar, and apparently we got like 42 million people on SNAP anyways. And so, okay, so they'll make like a crappy government grocery store, and it'll just be like this thing, and they'll waste some money on it. And then all kinds of places have tried rent controls, and then that probably won't work very well, because it's like, when you tell a landlord what he can and can't make on a building, he stops investing. He goes, okay, well, now we just won't invest in New York anymore. We'll go invest next door in New Jersey, or whatever it is they do. Maybe they'll invest in Texas or Florida or some interesting thing like that, and that's it. And then a couple years will go by, and that'll be the end of it. It won't actually be that big of a deal. So it's like this bigger news story than it really is. I'm trying to deflate the news story a bit because it's actually not that exciting. We've got an order from Emmanuel Valencia, 5 packs of Weiss Hello Kitty. Ooh, the Weiss Hello Kitty is very cute. Okay, let's see if I can find them. I genuinely don't think it's that exciting of an issue. Okay, we got 4 of them here. I got to go get some more. Wait, this isn't one here, is it? No. Have you found any sealed SpongeBob yet? Government grocery store. Yeah, I know. Just like we got like USPS government shipping, which I kind of understand the shipping a little more, because the government, shipping like mail and stuff is almost like it's a really important thing, like similar to a highway. So I kind of get that. You get libraries, maybe get some like hospital stuff. I think if the government was going to do government food, it should be like a federal level system. And it should just be like a farmer to person system, like government cheese. But like, what are they going to do? Like build like a competing grocery store to like Whole Foods? Or I don't get it. I have no clue. Plus, they're going to undercut all these grocery stores now. So the grocery stores now have to compete against taxpayer dollars in a taxpayer built grocery store. And then the food's going to be so cheap, everyone's just going to buy that and it's going to run out. And they're going to say, okay, we need more of this cheap food. Well, what supplier is going to want to sell to them? I don't want to sell to you. You don't make any money. So it's the whole idea of it. It's the typical siren song of I'm Santa Claus. I can make everything free. Vote for me. Everyone could run on that message. And he's proof that the message works. Oh yeah, here we are. Very good. Yeah, I don't really think his policies will be that big of a deal. I really don't. I don't think his policies will make that big of a difference, and I don't think they'll matter that much. Here we are. Here we are. Ready? All right. New York City was already a Democrat holdout. 5 of these. Good. I actually think he's kind of getting voted on more for his personality than for his policies, right? I actually think it's more about who he is. Like, he represents a minority that maybe does get discriminated against, right? Like, I bet you there's Muslims who do get discriminated against. And then maybe just like a retribution for what happened in the Middle East. You know what I'm saying? So there's probably a lot of that. So I think it's more like his visual profile, like who he is. And he's young too, right? There you go. A lot of old politicians these days. People are tired of those old politicians running the country and maybe not doing such a great job. Put that in there. But I saw Cuomo in the debate. He got his butt kicked because he's just not good. Like, Cuomo, he could beat Mamdani, but he's actually just a bad candidate, right? So that was his fault. So if he's a bad candidate and the SEMA guy is some weird hack guy, right? Then that just leaves a third option. That's Mamdani. So yeah, he's going to win. Osama bin Laden got discriminated. Nice, Dennis. Throw a little cabin. Hey, yo, I want some Hello Kitty packs. I just bought 8 acres for what? That's cheap. Bad thing is it's raw. Good thing is it has stocked pond and right next to a hunting club. Dr. Pepper shortage on the way. Pepsi scalper is going to be huge. Supply chain will be interesting. You just described why Snap exists. Don't forget to like the stream. Have you found any sealed SpongeBob? Government groceries? Yeah, I don't think you need a government grocery store. So I don't know why, that's a big idea for him. I think all you really need is to just increase SNAP benefits. That's it. Right? Like, trying to put price controls on grocery, I don't think that's going to work. It sort of implies that there's like a grocery store monopoly and the grocery stores are like price gouging. But when you look at the actual margins in grocery stores have really thin margins. It's the other way around. It's like, it's not a very lucrative business at all. A lucrative business would be like, probably like oil or something, or probably these AI companies, probably like Google. Some companies do make high margins, high markups. Grocery stores do not. They just make a little bit of money. They're like restaurants. All right, ready? So I think all they had to do, it would have been much easier for them to just issue more SNAP benefits, maybe like a specific New York SNAP benefit provided to the people by the state. Boom, problem solved. Oh, these are so cute. Have you guys thought about opening these? These are really cute, man. These are $6 a pack, which is a very low price. Yeah, ooh, I like this one too. All right. Used to drink it a lot as a kid. Mr. Dick Cheney died and there was a huge airplane crash in Kentucky. I didn't hear about the airplane crash, so rip to anybody on that airplane. That makes me sad to hear. Dick Cheney passing, that was, I did hear about that. Actually, I heard about it last night after the stream. And every time I went to a comment section, there was a lot of hate for Dick Cheney in that comment section. And I kind of get it. He was in power with George W. Bush, who's also going to get a lot of hate when he passes from old age. So we got all these old politicians, Mamdani's young. But, these old politicians spent trillions of our dollars in the Middle East, killing a whole bunch of people, plenty of them innocent. For what? What did we have at the end? What did we get? Nothing. Where's the big, beautiful city we built with the trillions of dollars? There is no big, beautiful city. They built nothing. They built bombs with that money. They mutilated people all over the world. They mutilated our soldiers. We got nothing from it. And they got rich. Dick Cheney was invested in the war machine. It's outrageous. He's almost like a criminal. So when you look at all the comments in the comment section about him passing, pretty much just people celebrating and talking mad shit on him. And it's well-deserved. That guy's a bad guy. And he's part of the reason we got Trump, by the way. So Democrats ever wonder why we got Donald Trump? We got Donald Trump because our other Republicans were so bad that people wanted a reformer. We are. So that's what ended up happening. Mr. Emmanuel. Today's a political day, man. Oh my gosh, we're talking a little politics, huh? Here's Mr. Edward. Here's Elizabeth. Yeah, he and George Bush are a big reason we got Donald Trump. Let's see, you didn't need a new bag, did you, Mr. Emmanuel? Emmanuel Valencia, I do feel like we just shipped you. War criminal down. Kind of, yeah, kind of. He caused so many problems over there with that war in the Middle East. And then we just gave Afghanistan back. There was the formation of ISIS under Obama. We had the fall of Syria, the Muslim Brotherhood. They had total chaos over there. They had like warlords calling the shots. It was such a horrible thing. And who knows how long it would take for the United States to sort of repair its reputation from that. There it is. I think you needed a new bag, right? Is the PSA submission for September include the ones that were sent late August? I don't know what you mean by that question, Mr. Hazuis. You need to, like, reframe the question. I'm not sure what you're asking. Are you asking if your cards are already sent out? Are you asking when will the next submission go out? You can go to the Discord server right now, and you can see the most recent PSA submission. And yes, we're in the middle of a PSA submission right now. It's being worked on as we speak. So it's pretty close, actually. All right, Mr. I had a Rayquaza repo that I forgot about. I put $20, $30 into it. Will I get that in store credit? Name is Darwin Morales. Ah, that explains it. So the cancellation fee on a canceled slab is $20. That's always the fee. Let me take a quick look at the reclaim channel. Give me a second here. Darwin, here it is. And I tell you what, man, it looks like you put about $30 into it. You're here. You're an active person. I'm going to give you the full $30 back just because we're best friends, right? Here you go, Darwin. I'm happy that you're here. I'm sorry you forgot about it. That actually makes a lot of sense. I think that's what happens to a lot of the repo slabs. Here it is. So there you go. You got your full $30 back here. And no problem. It is. I just wanted to see if my card was submitted. I sent payment August 18th for a Nami Altart. It's for Louis Laura. Well, Louis, let's head over here to... so you said it was in August. It almost certainly was submitted then, right? So then let's go over here to... Do you know how to look this up in Discord? PSA submissions. And then Louis Laura. We're looking at the L's, right? We got to see the L's. Louis Laura. So there's Luke Glory... Let's see. So maybe what you're trying to say is it should have been submitted, but you don't see it. Is that what you're saying? And what should it have been? It should have been Altart Nami. All right, let's see. Let me do a search for Nami. You can actually search the channel. Luke Glory, OP Nami embossed, submitted on 9/25. Is that one that already returned? That might have already come back. Let me jump over to that one. So this submission was... It was set on 9/25. Wait. He said it was under what? Under Louis Laura. Oh, I take that back. That's Luke Laurie. I'm sorry. I was looking at the wrong name. You guys have similar names. Darwin Morales. Interesting. So I do not see your order. I see an OP Nami embossed for a Luke Laurie, which doesn't match his other cards. The other cards were Topps Halo, Topps Halo, Topps Halo. I wonder if that could have been yours. You know, your names, Luke Laurie and Louis Laura, they almost even sound the same. Let's make sure that that one's not belonging to you, actually. Luke Laurie, huh? Did that one already come back? So that was the September submission. Let's go to the returns channel. All right, so that one hasn't come back yet. To me, it sounds like that could potentially be yours. Let me look it up. We might have put it under the wrong name. We are. This stuff always gets figured out in the end because people notice when their card's not there. Let me grab this. And if it was not sorted out, I would owe you that card. I would have to replace it as a rule. Let's see. So that would be this one. Let's see. Order arrived. Oh, I can't open it up and see it yet. Can I see it? No, it doesn't let me see it at the moment. All right, so that's the one they currently have, I believe. You've confused my name before, so I wanted to make sure. Yeah, let me make a mark next to this one, okay? Let's jump over here. Do you remember if it was a Nami embossed? Did you say it was a manga Nami? No, you say it was a Nami alt art. So it's not, it could be this one. So let me add a note to it. It doesn't match his other cards. See, Luke Laurie sent Topps Halo Master Chief, Topps Halo Embossed Grunt, Topps Halo Embossed Flood Combat Elite, and then what? OP Nami embossed. So he would have to be a guy who likes to open up Halo and One Piece. This might be yours. Might be Lewis Laura's. All right, I've added the note. And all I need to do is know exactly what that card was, and then we'll know for sure. But this says One Piece Nami embossed. To me, that sounds like it's probably yours. There you go. I added the note. We can also just get a hold of Luke Laurie next time he's in. I don't know if he's watching. He's not watching right now, right? Next time Luke Laurie's in, I can just ask him. And that kind of stuff can be proven very quickly by just looking into payments. So he would have to have payments for that set to prove that he had pulled it. Look up undeveloped lots. Mister, can I open OP11 with my $30? Yes, sir, Mr. Jack. OP11, huh? What do we got? OP11. I'm trying to remember what that set looks like. This one? That's OP10. This is OP13, right? This is EV3. OP11. That's OP9. Do I have any OP11 nearby? Is OP11 an English set? Let me take a look into this. This guy wants to spend his store credit real fast, guys. I'm going to let him probably do that. Let's see. OP11 is Japanese set. I don't remember what it looks like. I think I have to get a fresh box. Do I have it right here, actually? Oh, it might be right here. Okay, we might have a fresh box in here. That's going to be it. All right, perfect. Got it, man. All right. Yes, sir. Let me get that for you. So if this is $3.50 and you want $30 worth of it, how many times does 3.5 go into 30? Mister, I don't open One Piece. It's probably his. There it is. Okay. So, exactly. So, that's what I was thinking, is it didn't match his buyer profile. I'm going to change the name to Lewis Laura. And I'm going to say, well, no, I mean, if you're here, if you're Luke Laurie, and you're saying you don't buy One Piece, then we're updating that one to say Lewis Laura. It would make sense also that your names were next to each other in the submission list, because I alphabetically order things. And so I would have put Luke Laurie there and then Lewis Laura, and then my brain probably just didn't notice it when I was making the actual submission. All right, let's see. So 30 divided by 3.5. No problem, guys. I'm glad we were able to sort that out quickly. This should be 8.5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Let's make it 9. All right, there you go. You get 9 of them. Darwin Morales, is that good? Noah says, this seems like a clueless question, but dawned on me to ask, do you wish Pokemon would bring back GX cards? Nah, I like the new Alt-Arts. Alt-Arts are the way, man. Alt-Arts, for sure, Alt-Arts. We are. Ooh. Rainbow Rares, you know, in hindsight, they're pretty ugly. You just kind of see it now. If you look at them, they're pretty bland. I mean, some of them are fun. Like, I like the Mewtwo Mew, and they give you a nostalgic feeling of that time period. But other than that, they're pretty bland. How much Prismatic you still got? I got tons of Prismatic. I went deep on Prismatic. One of my favorite sets. I think that because it has the evolutions, it's a fantastic thing to hold. And so I have plenty of it, and I have it ready for sale. There's probably tons of Umbreon sitting right in my stock right now. I don't know what's in my stock, but I bet you I've got another Umbreon. Gotta have one, considering how much we have. Here we are. Thanks, mister. Wanted to make sure he got his card. You're the best, man. All right, so there's an SRR. Here's a holo. This is for Darwin Morales, Mr. Darwin. And Darwin, if I were you, if you don't pull anything here, go buy out the rest of that box, okay? Here's a holo. Here's a holo. Oops. Here's a holo. And here's... All right, so just holos this time, Mr. Darwin. Darwin, I would consider buying out some more of that box, see if you get the rest of that box and pull a hit. Now, Darwin with the DA. Let's see if I can find a bag for you. What's up, mister? Not sure if it's me or thing, but I did not get a YouTube notification. I don't like to hear that. I like it when YouTube notifies you guys. Actually, I posted a short this morning before the stream, you know, the late night stream, and it got like literally like 100 views. It got like 0 views. And then later it like corrects itself and gets way more views, like the normal amount. And I was like, what was up with that? It's almost like the same thing. It was almost like YouTube decided not to advertise it at all. I can show you that in the data, but I'll show you guys what I mean. It was really weird. I don't know why they did that. Mister, I don't open one piece is probably his. Look up the undeveloped lots. All right, so check this out. If I go over to my analytics, and don't worry, we're going to get back to opening stuff. We head over to content. Oops. Yeah, here it is. So I made this video last night, and now it says I have 3,000 views. Here. Oh, maybe I have to click on it from here or something. Here it is. Is this it? Yeah, check that out. When it launched, it got almost 0 views. Look at that. So weird. Got almost 0 views, and then all of a sudden it got a bunch of views. Like, notice how it catches right back up to where it should have been. Strange. Why did that happen? I don't understand it. Maybe YouTube was literally testing it out, like to see how it would perform without any help. Strange. Okay, put that away. All right. Honestly, would not be surprised if you're shadow banned with some of the things that's discussed here. You like the Illuminati eye, the cult eye? Mister, you should make your voice on a sound machine so I can fall asleep to it. Sometimes I don't get them either. What's up, Mister? Not sure if it's a me thing. Yeah, I don't know, guys. I couldn't tell you. Let me rotate this. Oh, actually, let me take a picture of this. I'm going to take a picture of these, and then let's get to the next order. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe we're shadow banned. Maybe YouTube doesn't like that we are willing to talk about controversial subjects or like subjects concerning politics, or I don't know. Right? We'll talk about we'll talk about issues like religious wars and stuff like that. We'll talk about all that stuff. That's part of the fun. I hope you guys will consider helping me out, giving me a subscribe, and just following along. If you know that maybe YouTube's not promoting this channel as much as a result of us talking about maybe like dangerous subjects. Like maybe YouTube does just want me to talk about boring stuff like, hey, I tied my shoe today or something like that. Maybe YouTube really prefers that. Maybe that's optimal for advertising. But I like talking about controversial things with you guys. That's the fun of being live. Michael Pettiford says, one Topps Chrome Metazoo. You got it. Topps Chrome Metazoo and KU SpongeBob. I don't think I could give it up. I like it too much. So I think that the Metazoo is over here now, right? Yes. Here's this. And the SpongeBob is over here. Percentage of new viewers who become consistent viewers and the trend of that over time. It was a filter on it for a while. It does that to me too, but by 5, I have my phone pulled up for your YouTube. All right, let's see. So Michael Pettiford, let's grab this. All right, SpongeBob. And we'll put this away. Yeah, I guess I'd never really considered that. It's kind of not a very exciting video to be mad at, though, is it? That's what kept me around so long. You're willing to have any kind of discussion. Yeah, so this is a great place for that. This is a great place to just sort of talk out loud about some of these ideas. Here we go. Here's Metazoo. Oh, ready? Mr. Michael. Looks like you got a cryptic camera in there. Okay, Flatwood. Now, these can have numbers on them, but this one doesn't. There we go. Check your new versus returning viewership could shed light. Ooh, very interesting. There we go. And here's SpongeBob. Here's SpongeBob. Oh. Okay. Do they still shadow ban people? I don't know if they shadow ban people. Here's SpongeBob. Here's, I'm sorry, there's Patrick. Here's Paper Crane. And here's Patrick SR. So you got this cool Patrick AR, huh? These are gradable cards. PSA will actually grade these. These are called KU SpongeBob cards. The KU company is a Chinese company that prints truly licensed product that you can then import into America and open up and grade. Pretty strange, huh? Oh, no, wait a second. Now, Michael, I remember. You got a floating bag somewhere. Yeah, there it is. What SpongeBob set is that? It's called KU SpongeBob. It's on our menu. I don't think it's very expensive. How expensive is it? Like $2 a pack or $3 a pack? It was pretty cheap. Hey guys, we got this wonderful jumbo pack break. Lots of cards in here. Tons of packs actually. Should I add another one? It's another day. Let's add another pack. Let's add one of these Team Rocket packs. I think there's already one in here. Let's add a second one. All right, that's been loaded up. 2 spots remain in the jumbo pack break. So, cool. We have Mr. Jack Woodworth. Hello, Jack. He says, for the Tag 10 Ivysaur. Oh, did I just take a picture of that, though? No, there it is. There it is, Tag 10 Ivysaur. Beautiful card, Jack Woodworth. Thank you, Jack. Join the Phantasmal Flame pre-order list, guys. Yes, he's talking about the pre-order break. So this is a break. Here it is. 5 people in there so far, and there's 7 spots remaining. This gives you a 1 in 12 odds for a whole booster box of Phantasmal Flames. All right. Mr. Shahir, what's up, man? Been a long time. Live custom. I don't have any cards with you currently, so I need a box, if that's how you still do it. Mr. Shahir, it's nice to see you. So, here we have this. Very nice. These are the live customs. You can see, actually, the box is really full. We're going to go ahead and open one of these. You might not remember these very well, if it's been a long time. You're going to have a cold live custom. In this case, I don't think I need to start you a bag, but I could. It could just be a 1-card bag. Here we go. If you intend to go a little deeper here. It's nice to have you back. What made you come back? You are. We get people who take long breaks and then they come back after a long break. You know what I mean? For only 40 if you're lucky. So everyone gets a booster box or only one person. Only one person. So the whole box goes to one person. Everyone else will get a $40 booster pack, but it's a custom booster pack, right? So just like a typical break. All right, 11.25. Good. And that goes into the SH box. Thank you so much, man. Sorry about the cold live custom, though. It's nice to have you back. All right, so I think that catches us up in the queue. Let me just check. Oh, we have another we got another PayPal order. We got Mr. Jonas, 3 Hello Kitties. Oh, hell yeah, dude. These Hello Kitties are awesome. Love them. All right, 3 Hello Kitties. All right. Good. Tossing this over here. Ready? So here's a Hello Kitty. Meow. Came back because of my job, and also I valued my collection finally to be around 21,000, so I thought I'd celebrate. Damn, bro. That's a lot. It is. That's super cool, man. Ooh. Here's these guys. Here's Dear Daniel. And here's the Hello Kitty cats. Meow. Very good. Yeah, Pokemon's been going off, man. It's been crazy. How much store credits do I have? I would like to try Stellar Crown. Yeah, you want to try some Stellar Crown? Let me go looking for that. Here we are. Mr. Jonas, can I give you some store credit for that Master Chief card that got misshipped, I guess? It wasn't my fault that it got misshipped. It was truly the shipping company's fault. But I'd like to try and give you some money for that. Would that be okay with you? You're asking how much store credit you have? Are you referring to me giving you store credit for that card? Because I'm not seeing a store credit card in here for you. Let's see. All right. Yeah, you're not in here. He says, yeah. What can I offer you for it? Can I offer $150? Would that be all right? Let's see. Does NHCC know he's got 40 bucks? NHCC and Andrew Martin, we canceled one of the breaks. It was the Misty break. So you both have 40 bucks now. Okay. Did I get my Master Chief back from PSA, says Jared? Here it is. So this is going to say Jonas. Gordon. And this is going to say, he says, sure. All right, perfect. So now we're settled on that. $150 of store credit for you, Mr. Jonas. Now, for that question, Mr. Jared, I need to know, well, basically, you can go look up whether it came back. So you don't need to ask me. We show when it was submitted and when it returned right in our Discord server. You might be a little bit more new, so let me just show you guys how that works a little bit to help some people. Jump over here. So if we head right over here, you've got the PSA submissions channel and the returns channel. In the PSA submissions channel, we can see your submission. Here it is, Jared Line, Master Chief. That was for the PSA submission of October. And so I'd bet that that one's not back yet. That one's the latest one. And so that one's still probably out. And you would check here to actually see the returns. See? So this is where we post the link to the return and we mention which return it is. That's how it works, okay? So this allows you to publicly check any time of the day that you want if the return's back. And that one is the latest one. It's definitely not back. It still needs time. All right. He says, okay, I can look. Sorry. No problem. I took it as a moment to teach other people how it works too, because I'm sure you're still learning and other people are learning as well. Let me grab some of this. All right. 150 for this Koro Moltres, huh? These are some weird ones. Notice how these are left over. They never sold. These are some strange cards. So the Toro Karutas are extremely rare. I don't think I have a Toro Karuta in the current live customs. Maybe I should. But this is going to say Koro Moltres. And, oops. And then I could say Toro Karuta, or I could say Karuta, huh? All right, so here's a raw version of that card for 70 bucks. And then here is a CGC 9 for 200. Now, this one doesn't have a grade on it. See, it just says authentic, which we like that. It's actually kind of nice. Like, how do you put a grade on a hand-cut card? All of these cards are hand-cut, the Karutas, from the Koro magazine. These are always hand-cut. So how do you put a grade on a hand-cut card? It seems like it wouldn't be possible. So PSA didn't give it a grade. It gave it a authentic. And these are really cool because a child really did cut these by hands back in 1996. So you can't recreate that. That's very special. Ooh, this one's got a little bit of a chipped corner. I'll mention that. A little chipped corner there. Wonder how that happened. Did it arrive that way? Did it get chipped in the box? There we are. It doesn't affect the lower part of the slab, so I think it's all right. PSA only care if there's a crack or chip. They only care if it's over the card itself because they're questioning that integrity. There we go. So it was for sale last time at $150. Was it 150? We're going to lower that to 120. Okay, 120. I'm going to try to gauge the Toro Karuta's art value when I hit the card show in 2 weeks. Hey, mister, posted the auctions to start at 7. Perfect. In the future, I might just do the auctions myself, just post them myself, because auctions are so easy. I mean, it's just, all of it's kind of easy, actually. Yeah, I was posting a thing. I was like, man, I'm paying $1.50 for this. It's quite easy. Here it is. I could almost do it live. Oh, that's what we were doing. Arturo Perez, give me some Hello Kitty Sanrio packs. Whoa, a couple people want these Hello Kitty packs now. So you want, they're $6 each, and you bought $24 worth, so you want 4 of them. Let's finish the Nami. Hey, Mr. Posted in auction. That's a hot bird. Koro was the plug back in the day. Let's do Prismatic times 12 instead. That's not a bad idea. Yeah, Prismatic. That's a good price on the Prismatic, you know. All right, there we go. So you're going to open some Prismatic with that store credit. Sounds good, man. I hope you pull a number out. You might not, but you got a chance for it, you know. Okay, you got a lovely Hello Kitty with the balloon. It is, so I get it. If you don't want to anymore, I totally get it. Yeah, no, it's okay. It does seem kind of almost overpriced. That's the thing. It's so weird. I don't know how I came up with $1.50, but it's so easy. It would only be difficult. It would only be difficult if you actually had to do like a bit of research. You know, like if you had to go try and do something that requires like some more technical work. But I notice a lot of the times I actually provide the price to you. And so by the time I've taken 2 pictures and posted it to Discord, almost seems like I could have just taken 2 pictures of it and posted it to eBay. Here we are. So it's something I'll think a little bit about. Here's Arturo. It's so annoying, isn't it? Because it's almost too easy of a job, but at the same time, it's nice to have. So it's weird, isn't it? Like if I had to list 100 items in a row, it would be much easier to just hire you to do it and just be like, here, have $100. Or in this case, it would be $150 to list 100 items, wouldn't it? And I don't know how many hours that would take. I guess that wouldn't take many hours, would it? Yeah, I agree. Okay, so here is Mr. Shahir, and he says he's going to try 4 more of the live customs, then cut me off, he says. All right, 4 more live customs. Good luck. 1, 2, oh, very good. 3, and 4. All right, there's 4 live customs. The live customs are going to change, by the way. They're going to include like little pulls in the future. That was another recommendation. Here it is. Hair across or $120 store credit. Ah, so now you got to choose. Do you want the hair across or do you want the store credit? Are you ready? So here's the hair across. Ah, you're looking at XY era mega hair across, but he's an 8. So you can either have me buy him back instantly for $120, but he's currently valued at $160. So it's up to you. What do you like? What do you prefer? We take those. A win's a win. Yeah, it's pretty good, right? That's why the live customs are so exciting. Yeah, you can either have 120 store credit or the $160 mega hair cross from XY Furious Fist. That's what it's from. 2014 Furious Fist. That was about 11 years ago. Decisions. What's the Burger Chew at? The Burger Chew is a new break on the table. It replaces the lightning break for the moment, although I can still add a lightning break. Actually it's a 2 and 6, so there's 2 different Pikachu slabs, so 2 different people will pull 2 different Pikachus. If you buy 2 spots, you could potentially pull both. It's actually possible. We currently have 2 people in here. I'll take the hair across. Okay, hair across it is. So if the hair cross is out of there, that means I'm allowed to put another card in there of a similar design where it's like store credit or the card. All right. Hey, that's not bad for just coming back. Look at that. Boop. Very cool. Very cool. Look at this Moltres. Pretty interesting, huh, guys? Torakaruta Moltres. How to order, says Dex. Hey, what's up, Dex? So, we just made a website, Dex. We've been doing this for 6 years, but we don't use the website very much still. We still kind of do it the old style. Let me show you the old style, okay? So, the old way of doing business, you open up the description right here. Description. Expand this. And here's the menu down here in the description, okay? It'll tell you how to order. It'll tell you the steps here. Payment options, web, PayPal, ZELLE, VENMO, CASHAPP, Wise, Ethereum, shipping, how does shipping work, buyer agreement, secret menu, and then all this stuff for sale. It's all in the description, okay? So go there, read that over a little bit. That's kind of my job, is to teach you guys how to order. So that's a big part of what I do, is I just teach people how it's working. All right, very cool. So Mr. Shahir got a nice pull there. Any Halo slabs, says Jebediah. I did have Halo slabs. I think they all sold. I'm trying to think. I might have like a 9 or something that I was planning to regrade. We have Halo booster packs. I think these are like 45 bucks or something, right? So you can open up a booster pack of your own. That's a Halo Tops booster pack. Let me look the price up for you. Vintage Halo. And this costs $45 a pack. Vintage Halo. They're pretty hard to grade 10, I won't lie. So if you ever see one that's graded 10, it's a special thing. So this is called a new friend. Tops the Movie 2000. Now, these come out of booster packs that cost like well over $200. It's from a booster box that's extremely rare now. You just basically can't find that booster box anymore. It is. And we had it at $140 and it didn't sell. We're going to lower the price now for you guys from $140 to $120, I suppose. Let's drop it to $100. That's almost 50% off. That's the new repricing of that new friend. So we're rotating now. We're rotating some slabs. Look at this. $450. The Tumultuous Waters. I thought I said the Turnover Waters. And that's a genuine holographic card from the same set. We're asking $450 on it. That's actually probably accurate. Population 3. You know, this really ought to go to eBay because I don't think you guys are going to buy it. I think especially buyer on eBay is going to buy it. Let's try this. Let me try listing this to eBay right now by myself. Let's see how fast I can get it done. Because we were just discussing that. Can I actually post eBay slabs live? Like, am I fast enough at it? Okay, we'll list an item. We're going to say PSA 10 and the Tumultuous Waters. That's a terrible name. Who can, most people can't spell that word tumultuous. And then it's going to say number 30. Hollow. Okay, and then that's from Topps Pokemon. movie 2000. Boom. All right, so we hit save on that. It doesn't know what the heck we're selling. This does take a little while. We're going to take a photo. It's kind of fun listing it live. Flip this around. All right. Nah, haha, Canadian, watch it sell in a few minutes. Nah, I don't know about that. We're going to say condition. Is this card graded? Yes. It's going to be PSA. Grade is 10. Okay, done with that. And then item specific description, we'll just say use AI description. I wonder what it would do in auction. I bet it would do really bad. This is the kind of card you would not want to sell in auction. So we're going to buy it now on this, and probably, so we had it priced at 450. We're going to price it at 400 now. Oops. Because it didn't sell, right? But then again, the rest of the world didn't get to see it. We actually set it to 450. I actually think it's a pretty valuable card. Okay, shipping, blah, blah, blah. You know what I didn't say in the title, which probably should be there? Should say Pop 3. Pop 3, which I think is still accurate. I guess I'd have to look that up again. And then list your item. So I've been paying a guy $1.50 per item to do this part for me. And there it goes. Very nice. Wow, just bought that one, got it in auction. Tossing this back here. Yeah, I would not say auction's a good way to sell these, because in auction, you'd have to rely on somebody actually searching for those. And they're so unbelievably rare. Like Pop 3, most people have never even heard of it before. That's like this thing no one's ever heard of. And so, you know, so who's going to search for it or know what the heck's going on with it? Only somebody who researches a lot. The buyer pool, in other words, the buyer pool for such a rare card is really small. This is Dialga from Ultra Force. You can see it was priced on $8.25. We're going to get that rotated now. Okay. And this guy's from 2018. It's a long time ago. That was 7 years. That's a 7-year-old card right there. But what were we asking on it? 70? We're going to lower it to 50. 50. Okay. So some better prices coming in on these cards that are rotating. Here's a Mario priced at $60. That's Mario Poker, Pixel Mario. $60 is probably a fair price, but I'm going to make him 45. Okay. Santa Scourge. Who loves Santa Scourge? See, this card seems like a kind of card to send off to eBay. I don't think anyone here is going to buy it. But I'd like to show you guys something. Take a look at this real fast. I think I won mine in auction for a little over 300. Oh, that's good. It's good to hear that they don't go for $0. So look at that line right there. See that line? PSA ignores that. They always have. I don't know why they ignore it. I think they ignore it because they don't consider it a print line. I think they consider it some sort of like printing thing. I don't know, like the printer itself did it when it was creating the texturing. So anyway, this is another card that maybe it's just better off going off to eBay, because I really don't think you guys are going to buy that. Let's see. PSA 10. And it's going to be called Santa Scourge. Shiny Star. 309. 2020. 309, 2020. Pokemon. All right. And then let's try that. I should have like a systematized way of typing this in. Wonder if there's like some sort of like optimal way to name a card. Okay. We'll just take these quick pictures. 1 and 2. All right. I like to hold it up with the mat in the background so that people see those black and red swirls. And that's my way of putting my brand on it really fast. PSA, the grade is 10. Our price on it was 80, so we'll probably go under 80 now. That was the last price on it. But then again, you know, here we go, pricing. That was a price on the table. No one on eBay had seen it before. I don't know if there's one cheaper on eBay. Maybe there's one cheaper on eBay. Okay, we'll hit save on that. And we'll hit list. Year, brand, set, card name, card number, grade. Would you say it's an error card then? I got 2 black print lines on my Bulba from Mega Evolution. Ooh. So I just don't know if I want to be doing that live. It does feel like it takes just enough time that I don't know if I want to be doing that live. Here's Spiritomb. Here's Parasect. Here's Nidoking. These are really cool, but this is a 9, the Spiritomb. He could pretty much just be given away, probably. Okay, let's see what else we got over here. These are these rotations. I said we do some rotations. What time is it? 6:32. We got 30 minutes left. Send in an order if you guys would like to open anything at all, or if you'd like to join a break. We have this new McDonald's break over here. This Pikachu McDonald's break is up to 2 out of 6. Okay, that's 4 spots away. We've got this. Let me put this back in the box. Somebody pulled this out of the box. We've got this jumbo pack break. It's got 2 people in it. It needs 2 more people. So you're going to hear me cheerleading for that a lot, so that they don't have to wait forever. Okay, so this is waiting for 2 more people. We keep adding cards to it, so this is now worth probably like 182, I think, 182. That's cool. And then we got, this is the thumbnail of the stream today. Is this bad boy right here, the Heartbreak. Includes 9 slabs. It's 1 in 29 odds. I think we have 3 people in there so far. It's a big one, so people really like that. All right, so what do we have here? We've got this 925 Zapdos 9, huh? Zapdos 9, 925. That was priced over a month ago. I feel like that's another great example of a card that's never going to sell on the table. It just won't. See, Zapdos, Cardos. And actually, you know, I wonder if it would sell better if we actually cracked it and regraded it. What are the odds this would regrade 9 with PSA, actually? I don't know much about CGC 9s, but I know that, you know, when it comes to buying 9s, who gets excited for like CGC 9? Yeah, I swear to God, the plastic on these CGC slabs feels worse. It does feel worse than the tag slab. Hold on, let me grab a tag slab. I'm pretty sure the tag slab is the best slab. They're the same weight. They feel different. They feel different. It's hard to describe it. This feels denser. This one on the right feels like a different plastic. Yeah, you feel it immediately. So weird. This feels like looser on the left. So weird. Just a subtle thing, you know? Just a subtle thing. If you handle slabs all day long, you notice it. Just a subtle thing. Okay, there we go. All right. So what do we have here? Oh, yeah, the Bowser, huh? Bowser. He's a good one. I like Bowser a lot. I don't think I'd want to give up Bowser for cheap. Bowser Joker. He did not sell at $80, though. Let me take a quick look at Poker Bowser online, though. So I want to see if we got any data on, like, his last sold, at least. If his last sold is 100, we're sticking at 100. Okay, well, there's a PSA 9 for 65. Jesus. Let me check sold. Ooh, that Hypno. Yeah, the Hypno's cheap. He was like, what, 34 bucks or something? I really like the Bowser, but I don't see a last sold for the Bowser. But there's a PSA 9 for $65. We have a PSA 10. So even 100 actually seems like it could potentially be too low. That's a cool card. We'll lower it down to 95. At some point, I'm just going to list this on eBay because I don't think there's one for sale on eBay. Yeah, maybe I should just list mine on eBay because I've got one for sale and no one else does. It is, but I'll give you guys a chance to look at it. We got some really cool stuff, huh? Yeah, this Hypno, $34 if you're interested in that classic collection Hypno. I think that's a good value, by the way, because it's pretty much the cost of the grading anyways. There it is. Howdy, howdy, howdy. What's up, Eddie? Mr. Still Alive. When is the 100K party? Not yet, because we actually haven't hit 100K. Let's see what we're at, like what? 85 subscribes away, right? Let me see. Let's go into here. It's going, bro. That's about it. Yeah, we are actually went down by 2. We lost 2 subscribers. So we're at 99,913 subscribers. That's where we're at. Oh, all right. I remember this. We have the birds as a group. So you guys saw the Moltres earlier. No, yeah. That's pretty natural. You know, when you have 100,000 people subscribe to your channel, you naturally lose a certain number of them every day. People who have moved on, people are like, I don't like this guy anymore. People are like, nah, I'm bored of that. Okay, I'll put that over there. It's pretty cool. What is this? Oh, wow. We hadn't even priced this up yet, huh? This is the true original Blastoise. Ooh, that's cool, man. Let's take a look at that real fast. That should be kind of expensive, shouldn't it? Let's find out. Let's see. Squirtle, base set, Japanese. Hey, what's up, Choco? Can you do the 12? Oh, the 12 prismatic. I'm so sorry. I forgot about that. Sorry about that. All right. So we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and 12. Here you are. 12 prismatic. 12 times 12 is 144. You add 150. That leaves you with $6. Okay. That's enough for a Poke Shuffle if you'd like a Poke Shuffle. Let's go ahead and open these. Ready? Are you excited for Gogmozios? I'm so excited for Gogmozios, the Monster Hunter monster that I'm definitely going to fight. Nah, man, I took a break from Monster Hunter Wild. I'm afraid. I did play it when it came out, and I streamed it and everything. And you know what? I just wasn't feeling it. I just was not feeling it. I'm currently not playing any video games. I played Elden Ring Night Rain for a while, and I really enjoyed that. But then they kind of ruined it with, like, their update. They kind of changed the nature of the game. And they changed it so that you will, like, play the game. It'll take you to, like, a higher level, like a higher difficulty. But it was, like, meaninglessly difficult. And so when a game becomes meaninglessly difficult, and that's the only purpose of the game, you know, you lose interest right away. And then with Monster Hunter Wild, I just felt sort of like, you know, it was more of the same of Monster Hunter World. And yet somehow Monster Hunter World had a sort of excitement or fun to it that Wild just does not have. It's just lacking something. There's just like a less addictive feeling for it. I don't know how to describe it. Like, I'm less interested in the characters. As usual, I'm less interested in the story. The story's no good. But the main monsters just did not really catch my attention and hold it. They just feel sort of like, okay, I suppose. Yeah. Good luck. Elden Ring is awesome. And Dark Souls. Yeah, I like them for sure. Okay, ready? Here's Explorer, Suicune, Pheasantipity. I wasn't really excited with, like, Monster Wounds. And, you know, the little lizard that can pick you up and carry you away. That's cool. I don't remember the name of it even. I've forgotten already. The secrets were fun, but I don't know. They just sort of made the game feel very different. And yeah, there were so many changes, and yet it didn't. It's like this. They made a lot of changes to the game, and yet it didn't make the game more fun. So, like, they're just changing things to change things. And when the game launched, it was so poor. Like, there were just not enough good bosses to really keep my attention. And all I could think is, wow, now they're going to drip feed bosses at the slowest rate ever. And so I didn't want to play it, like, day to day, you know what I mean? I wasn't going to do it. There's going to be other Monster Hunter Wilds guys who are going to play that game day to day, not me. I'm at the same issues very early on. Yeah, I was ready. I was ready to be smitten and in love with it. I really was. It just didn't happen. Here's Mela. Ooh, look at Mela. But, you know, it's very hard for video games to do that these days. Really, it's very difficult. It's hard to play a video game and feel like you're totally, you know, absorbed and obsessed with it. It is. All right. I saw that they released a new Final Fantasy character, and that was like their cool monster that you could fight for a little while. And I immediately had this feeling like, it's called Monster Hunter. It's not called Final Fantasy. I realized in Monster Hunter World, the best fight in the game was Extreme Behemoth before everyone got all these upgrades and it was super easy. And I realized, holy cow, their best fight wasn't even from Monster Hunter. It sort of makes you feel like they're creatively bankrupt, sort of. You know, when they rely on a different franchise to make their game fun. Like, why don't I just go play Final Fantasy? You know, why don't I just go play Final Fantasy then? If they got such good characters in Final Fantasy, it's sort of, I just sort of realized, I was just sort of like, man, Monster Hunter's got to make monster fights that are a lot more fun than the Final Fantasy fights. So it's sort of a bitter feeling, I suppose. So we got Lopunny. I kind of Pokemon Batman. So you got Lopunny. Here's Mela. I don't really like Mela. We got Heatran, rawr. We got a little holographic Umbreon, nice. Here's Ogerpon, and Black Belts Training. No SIRs this time, Mr. Jonas. That's what we're after in these SIRs. It was worth a shot, though, huh? You got a couple decent-looking cards out of there, though. The UE5 is one of the major problems with lives. Update 5, is that what you're saying? I blame Capcom for why Wilds is the way it is. Capcom used to make good games. Play Resident Evil 9 Requiem live when they send you the game code. Marvel versus Capcom. Yeah, they're cool and all. I didn't hate it, by the way. I did not hate the game. I thought it was a great game. Just didn't make me want to play it for 8 hours a day, which is a hard thing to accomplish, I'm sure, as a gaming company. But yeah, it just didn't capture me that way. I was uncaptured. Okay, this Squirtle last sold for $200. So we have a last sold price on him. Now let's check the cheapest buy now price on him. He's a big deal, apparently. A guy I watched named Ratataskor was one of the only people criticizing Wilds, even though he was a world fan. Ratataskor. I almost feel like I recognize that name. Well, you know, the people who really need to criticize Wilds are the people who left. But I don't want to do that to you guys. I don't want to rain on your parade. I don't want to be a negative Nancy. So, you know, if you're having fun with the game, don't let someone like me disrupt it. Overall, it's a pretty well-polished game. You know, it really doesn't have that many problems. It just didn't excite me that much. Like, I wasn't ready to grind thousands of hours and what's basically a Monster Hunter World ripoff, because so little changed, actually. Very little changed. Ultimately, very little changed. All right, so the cheapest Squirtle is now $235. Is that right? Looks like it's $235. Okay, so that's not far off from the last sold. So we're just going to go with that. $235 for the Squirtle. And now he shall be the lightning break. He shall be the lightning break. He's going to be an 8-spot lightning break. All right. The game sucked. It's okay to tell us. Sucks. But see, that's the thing. Sucked is not the right word. It didn't suck. It just... It was like, it didn't blow my mind. That's all. It didn't blow my mind. And it's very hard to make a game that blows your mind these days. I was pretty critical of the new Pokemon game, Legends ZA, but after playing that a little more, I actually changed my mind on it. I thought it was kind of fun. But it's certainly not challenging, and that is a big problem for Pokemon for adults. Okay, there it is. That's a really ugly looking star down there. So we're entering new breaks onto the table using our custom break packs, which are now valuable in their own right because they have cards inside of them. Not enough bikini costume options. Yeah. Actually, you know what? I kind of got annoyed by that, Mike's side. The hot girls, I got annoyed at them. I was like, I don't need this. I just want the characters to feel real or something. They're so lifeless in a certain way. Yeah, hard to describe. They don't have like a naturalness to them. At least Dark Souls doesn't even try. Really, Dark Souls doesn't try to make you fall in love with the characters at all. So this is going to say lightning. All right. I don't mind Gunner games or anything like that. I really don't. But yeah, I felt like the characters were so lifeless in Wilds. All right. Like they're trying, but they're just not accomplishing art or something. They don't design the games for adults. They could easily, though, right? You know, I don't like that excuse. That's an excuse. They could easily. Like, they could have a hard mode for adults. Wouldn't be that hard at all. They could just change some... they could have, like a loop that the game feeds that tests your skill and then just increases the damage or the skill of your opponent or the level of their Pokemon, right? So, like, imagine... Let's say your Pokemon's level 40. Well, in hard mode, the opponent's Pokemon is always 5 levels higher than yours. Boom, done. And now the game is challenging, and, you know, beating the game is a real challenge, and you feel like you did something when you beat it. The characters pretty much Gunner bait, but I did like them. Why design a game for adults that will be flavor of the month, or make a game for kids who will grow and become nostalgic for it? Wrath. Kids can totally play Pokemon, and adults can just turn on hard mode. Boom. See, I don't want any excuses. I don't like the excuses. No excuses. They easily could have a hard mode for adults. There's no reason they couldn't do that. The game could still be totally designed for children. You just turn on hard mode and now you have, you know, a real game to play. No spare shot, 100-player lobbies, nonstop AFK. What? No spare shot. I don't know what that means. Why design a game for adults? Adult mode where Ash starts dropping the F-bomb on Pikachu. Yeah. Yeah. Well, you know, it would be cool if Pokemon ever truly made a game for adults. Like, everyone just assumes that it's good that they made the game for kids. Have you ever considered maybe it would do even better if it was targeted toward adults? Because Pokemon's been around 30 years. So they got 30 years of followers. Like myself, I'm 36. Imagine they truly made Pokemon for adults. Like, that's not like Final Fantasy is kind of for adults, right? So imagine Pokemon just took place with a much more serious story where there were real bad guys. There were real, you know, you were actually invested in the story because there was real risk. Like, somebody could die, you know, stuff like that. And characters do die. And you can have like you can have like a romantic partner, and it's actually kind of romantic. Like, it's actually kind of like there's a little sexy wexy in there. Like, it mattered. And your Pokemon are like super tough and not nice looking. They're just kind of tough looking, you know, that kind of stuff. What's wrong with all that? People just assume it has to be one way. Luke Glory says 45 to Slabaway, 1 tops Lord of the Rings pack. They wouldn't have to change much to make an adult Pokemon game. They wouldn't have to change much, in my opinion. And they could market it as, hey, you know, this one's for adults. We made 500 kitty versions of this game. Now here's one for adults, right? Like, that's not a problem. Most of the people playing it are adults anyways. So 45 to Slabaway. All right, you got it, Luke. Slabaway time. But they don't even need to do all that. All they have to do is add hard mode so that your kid can play normal, and as an adult, you can play hard mode. Boom, problem solved. So if they had a hard mode for Legends CA, I probably would rank it really high, actually. All right, so let's see. 1 tops Lord of the Rings pack. You got it. It would get a low grade on the graphics, but it would get a very high grade on the playability. Because it was fun. The mechanics were, the idea of the mechanics were pretty fun, but it was still ultimately way too easy. You know, it's like as easy as like a phone app, right? There you go. Ooh, cool. Slabaway still a thing. Yes, sir. And we got lots of beautiful slabs. Okay, Mr. Luke. Here we go. Yeah, I mean, like, Mario 64 was harder than most of the Pokemon games. Nothing wrong with that. That game's one of the best games of all time. Same with the Zelda games. You know, Zelda games are all much harder than Pokemon. Pokemon's a breeze. And those are some of the most successful games of all time, too. Nothing wrong with that. It's okay to target adults with your video game. There's no problem. Like, Pokemon won't break if you do that. Maybe they're scared of that. But actually, you know, we play the old Pokemon Red and Blue. And in my theory, those are actually much harder than the Pokemon games you've got today. Like, I remember in Pokemon Red and Blue, you could actually get lost and confused, and it's really hard to figure out what to do next. That's not even possible in the new games. The new games make it, like, obscenely easy to complete the game. It's like a phone app game. And so I would say they do have a difficulty problem. Ooh, Lord of the Rings. You know, the games winning game of the year, those are all, like, either super advanced story, super advanced graphics, or super advanced difficulty. One of those 3 things. Yeah, like Elden Ring won Game of the Year. It's okay for your game to be tough. Pokemon Stadium on Nintendo 64 was not easy. The computer literally cheated. That's what I'm saying, right? That's what I'm saying. There it is. All right, Mr. Luke. Thank you so much, Luke. Let's find your bag. We are. So I liked your with these Topps Chrome cards. If you don't pull a signature, you're looking for the ones that look really good. Look at this Nazgul. Man, that's cool. So that would be one to consider grading. I like how they're all kind of a grayish color. Don't you find that interesting? Did you play Clair Obscure? What? I don't know that one. Clair Obscure. Astrobot. Which one? Game of the Years. Yeah, I genuinely felt like Astrobot was definitely like bought and sold. You know, so, and I noticed a lot of other people did too. So I saw Astrobot. It looked like it was just a ripoff of Mario Sunshine, except less interesting. It looked super generic. And I watched gameplay of it afterwards and was not inspired to play it. Like, I remember Baldur's Gate did well. Didn't it win Game of the Year or something like that? And that actually looked fun. And Elden Ring won. That made a lot of sense. Here you have this Astrobot game, which is just for the PlayStation strictly. And it was just sort of like, The music wasn't inspiring. The character didn't look cool. It really felt like it might have been an insider thing. You know what I mean? Pokemon Bestiality, Pokemon Drug Dealer Expedition 33. Now the time to do it. Astrobot paid for that game of the year. Yeah, that's exactly right. So I'm with Wrath on this one. It actually looked so lame that I was like, there's just no way that this game beat all the other games this year. There's so many cool games out there. And Astrobot, which feels kind of like a very plain, uninventive platformer, it really does just copy old Mario Sunshine mechanics. It doesn't do anything truly unique. He's just a little robot or whatever. And now everyone knows the name Astrobot, but it's like, wow, how did it beat all these other legitimate games? There's just so many other, even if it was a different PlayStation exclusive, those other exclusives on PlayStation probably deserved that win more than Astrobot did. It just didn't make any sense. All right, so how does a free game win Game of the Year? Now, I don't care if it's free. That part doesn't matter. A free game can win Game of the Year, sure. But again, I listened to the music from the game, boring. I looked at the characters in the game, the bad guys, the good guys, boring. I looked at the gameplay. I was like, all right, it's just a ripoff of older games. Boring. And I was like, how does this beat all the other cool games this year? It just doesn't make any sense. The only thing that makes sense is PlayStation paid to win that. And people don't believe that could happen. But I mean, look at the FBI taking down, like these betting frauds in the NBA, these guys who like throw the game and stuff like that. Of course, this kind of stuff happens. Of course it does. And maybe it doesn't happen with like I went shopping at the Game of the Year's award and paid them, $1 million to make our game win. No, but it might happen very quietly behind closed door. Like your friend of a friend hooks you up in a little VIP section in the strip club, and you just conveniently move $1 million of Bitcoin over to your friend as a tip at the strip club. Hey, bro, have $1 million. Gosh, it'd be nice if Astrobot won. And then you walk out. That kind of stuff, right? So you never know. I think that's not that crazy of a conspiracy at all for something like that to happen. That seems like real world kind of like what's the point of being so influential if you can't sell it a little bit and get rich? And so that's completely believable. That's not a far-fetched conspiracy. And yeah, when I watch Astrobot, it just doesn't make any sense to me that it would win. Astro's Playroom was because Sony paid them to play it, lol. It's like how a lot of streamers start streaming World of Warcraft for a week or so out of nowhere. Yeah, exactly. Only the whole YouTube gaming community was playing it. I remember the Monster Hunter World Lance video you did, and people were so livid. Oh, yeah. I explained that before. The Lance video, I had an editor who actually edited that video, and he did a bozo bad job at it. And I didn't yell at him or anything, but yeah, I knew right away he did a shitty job at it. So what I did, when you're making content, you record a lot of content. That's what you do. You record a lot of content. So the way it works is I sit down and I play the game for like an hour. And you don't even play as hard as you can. You just play casually. And what you do is you go backwards and you actually pick out moments from the gameplay that reflect what's being spoken about on screen. So because I'm criticizing the Lance, I'm creating moments where I'm getting hit, where the monster's beating me. I'm not trying to show off like how I'm a speedrunner. I'm trying to show off how, the Lance has weaknesses like a lack of mobility, longer time to put your weapon away. You take chip damage, but you don't deal as much damage as the other weapons, so you don't get as much health regen when you attack, right? So you have like this weird, sort of like ratio between your damage taking and your damage healing that you don't struggle with other weapons, right? Like other weapons just dodge. It's actually really easy to dodge in that game. But the Lance has a smaller iframe for the dodge, so it's just bad at dodging too. So I'm making all these pretty legitimate criticisms. And you know what the editor does? He does no editing on the footage. He just posts the B footage as if that was it. And he does that because he was lazy as hell. He always was. He was lazy the whole time. Did you know he was getting paid like $200 a video sometimes? That guy would get anywhere from $50 to $200 a video because my videos would do so well on the Game Economist. And he put in like a quarter of the work I would. And it was so frustrating. And yet I just continued that relationship because it was better than having no editor. So he really screwed me on that one. He did not do any editing of the B footage so that the footage matched what was talking about. And so what you guys watched when that video played, you just listened to me criticize the Lance and then just watched me get my ass kicked with the Lance in many instances, because he was too lazy to edit the video to get the meaningful scenes out that matched the conversation. He was too lazy to do that. And that was a problem he had on several videos. He did that for several videos, and I had told him he can't do that. I said, you have to edit the B footage. So once again, he didn't edit the B footage, and it made my criticism look really you know, just dumb or like I didn't know what I was talking about, despite the lance being my most played with weapon, which I showed that. I think I showed that on screen. I don't know if it was still my most played with weapon. It was like a top 3, but it had been like a top 3 weapon for me. I played with it an enormous amount. And so, of course, I was entitled to my opinion. But, you know, if you get very critical about a weapon that people most likely perceive as the worst weapon, they kind of get really defensive about it, too. They go, oh, man, oh, yeah, well, you're wrong, actually. So people have that kind of personality where they like to defend the worst weapon. But based on speedrun statistics, Lance is the worst weapon, tying with the hunting horn. It does no damage. But at least the hunting horn can actually buff people. The hunting horn can buff your teammates. So in a group fight, hunting horn's multiplicative buff is better than the lance in a speed run, right? So a speed run between the hunting horn and lance look pretty close. Both terrible, by the way, but they look pretty close. But in a group fight, hunting horn suddenly shines. So it's actually much better at that point. There is no multiplicative benefactor of having somebody run the lance in multiplayer. So it just ranks worst for me. And I hope they changed that in Wilds. I never really saw if they did. I didn't get to see any kind of data or anything like that. But yeah, people were so pissed off about it. And they're like, this guy's a joke. He doesn't know what he's doing. He doesn't know what he's talking about. It's like, I kind of do, actually. And my editor's terrible. And by the way, nobody really offered very good counter arguments to any of my arguments. But yeah, people were so mad about it. And it was kind of funny. But I was used to those controversial moments. I was used to those moments where people would like freak out and get super angry. All right, guys, so let's hand this out real fast. Hold on. So I see a couple people. Hi, Mr. and Friends. Hey, what's up, Team Rocket Grunt? So I see a couple people left the stream. Let me go ahead and hit refresh on the people. Hold on. We're going to hit refresh, reset entries. Okay, so now type in 100K. We got 50 people watching, a smaller pool of people watching. We'll get you guys in here. You ready? So I know I was kind of going on an aside concerning Monster Hunter, so it's probably not as interesting. But now that we only got 50 viewers, let's get you guys in here. So, Mr. Pashush. All right, so Mr. Pashush is wanting me to return his commission slabs. I'm totally down to do that, Mr. Pashush. No problem at all. You sent $9 in for the shipping, and I'm assuming you've got the address as well. Let me go see if you've got that address. I don't see a message for the address. Go ahead and, oh, maybe he's writing the message right now. Who knows? All right, so I'm sure I'll receive a message from you for that. I never been on the giveaway, says Jod. Only the real ones are here. All right, guys, let's go ahead and roll this. Boom, we got Eddie Shelton. All right, Eddie, nice. Thanks for showing up for the daytime stream. We have a Tuesday nighttime stream. I hope you guys will be there. Tonight, the nighttime stream, we've got 2 new breaks. We got a new Bulbasaur Lightning break and a McDonald's Pikachu break, which is actually really cheap. Both star spot breaks. See, star. And these star spot breaks will keep feeding into the Tyranitar. He's at 10 out of 26. When these are done, he'll be 12 out of 26. So that is how that is working. Ready? Now with that attitude, probably never will. All right, I'm hopping off. See you tonight. See you later, guys.